Good afternoon. Welcome back to Goldsboro, North Carolina. As we get ready to get things going here, got a good matchup here in this would be the semifinals.
Yep.
As we have the Canes East-Neely. Final four. Canes East-Neely here taking on the Canes Carolina.
Kellum, I believe, out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
So we welcome everybody into the broadcast. I understand that the Canes Carolina team is having some game changer issues with their account. So welcome all of the Canes Carolina fans jumping in on the stream. Glad to have you along for the ride. I am Coach Chris and Coach Brooks. Beside me, we'll be calling the game today. So if you get tired of hearing us, you're more than welcome just to hit the mute button there on your TV, tablet, phone device, whichever you're catching the game with us on. But glad to have you along for the ride. We're going to lead things off with the Canes-Neely. They'll start as the visiting team, leading things off to get things going here. Number 1, Miller Stanley. And for your Canes-Cullum fans that have jumped in, we'll find Game Changer here in a second, and I will get you your defensive lineup in just a moment.
First pitch coming down the pipe. That'll sail high. 1-0 to count. Number 8 will be your starting pitcher for Canes Carolina. The 1-0 upcoming. Stanley squares. Says it catches the top part of the zone. Now evens the count 1-1. He'll step back in. 1-1 to count here. And a beautiful day here in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-1 to count.
All right, I got Game Changer up here. Here you go, Coach Brooks. You can get the other Canes fans their lineup.
That one's fouled straight back. Now even in the count, 2-2 to Stanley. Looks like Landon's towing the rubber. Again, number 8, Landon, his battery mate behind the plate, Mr. Goodyear. Wonder if he gets a deal on tires. 2-2 coming down the pipe. Sails high, 3-2 the count to Stanley. Third base is Austin. Shortstop, Caden. Second, Connor. And first is Sean. The 3-2 upcoming to Stanley. And that'll catch the outside corner, and he'll go down looking for out number 1. Left field will be Max. Center field, Parker. And in right field, Elroy. So 1 out, nobody on. That'll bring up number 17, Easton Warren. First pitch sails outside. 1-0 to count. Warren, who hit the ball very well both yesterday and in game 1 today, looking to pick up where he left off.
Got under that one.
Got under it, pops it up. Looks like catcher may have a play, and he does. He'll put it away for out number 2.
So 2 up, 2 down. Go Neely. And that'll bring up number 4, Colby Jones. He'll step in from the left side again. And so far, Landon's, 9 pitches in?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So nobody on, 2 away. Pitch home, sails high for a ball. 1-0's the count.
Yeah, when we watched the game right before this one that the Canes played in, they're very disciplined and very fundamental. And Colby will reach out and poke that one foul. And that'll even count 1-1.
Strong bats.
Yeah, they did hit the ball extremely well against the Mako's team.
The 1-1 offer from Landon. And he'll scoot that one to Connor. Connor comes up, fires to Sean at first, and puts it away.
3 up, 3 down, go Canes East-Neely. Canes Carolina's coming up to bat. Bottom 1, nothing your score on the Two Dad Sports Network. welcome back in. Bottom one here. Canes Carolina is getting ready to come out to bat. We'll give you your defensive alignment for Canes East-Neely here in game 2 today. Chase White towing the rubber, his battery mate behind the plate. Number 4, Colby Jones. At the hot corner, number 3, Ryan Albritton. Shortstop, number 14, Maddox Stanley. Second base, number 2, Lucas Neely. First base, number 8, Logan Burris. Your outfield alignment from left to right. Number 17, Easton Warren in left field. Center field will be number 7, Rylan Copeland. And in right field will be number 12, Mason Brown.
Leading things off for the Canes Carolina, because we can't just say Canes, that's going to get confusing, is Austin B. And I'm reading off a game changer here. So
I believe it's Baxter, number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my... Again, the Canes Carolina fans that are joining us for the broadcast today, again, understand y'all are having some game changer issues. Glad to have you here. If you get tired of listening to me or Coach Brooks talk, hit the mute button, I guess. I don't know what else to help you with, but we're going to try to give you your defensive changes in the field and try to keep up with your runners and your batters as much as we possibly can. We just don't know your players as well as we know ours, of course. But anyway, welcome along. Glad to have you along for the ride.
Hey, I got one for you.
What's that?
A Canes team will win this game.
You're right.
Yep. So
Austin steps in from the left side. White looks down. First pitch from White. Sails high and outside for a ball. 1-0's the count. All of our fans watching from home not feeling this heat that is blowing off this turf out here. And it's only May. Reaches down, pops that up in the right field. That sends Mason on the run. Off his glove. He's going to make the turn. And he's thinking 3. He'll take off to 3 and bobble from the relay in. They're going to send him home. There's going to be a play here at the plate. And not in time. He's in with the inside the park home run. On air.
Yeah.
I don't know if that got caught up in he took 2 steps in and then he ranged over. He didn't get burnt per se. I don't know what.
I think it hit right off his glove. Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's frustrated. So they keep him back. That'll bring up number 19, Caden. Caden steps in from the right side. First pitch in.
Misses high.
Misses high.
Yeah.
1-0's the count. So Canes Carolina take an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. And next pitch in, catches the lower half of the zone. It'll even things up 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 offer. Ropes it to short.
1 hop. Stanley comes up, fires a strike to Logan. 6-3, out number 1 here in bottom 1. And that'll bring up your pitcher for Canes Carolina, number 8.
We're waiting on Game Changer to update
y'all.
y'all.
Sorry. Yeah. So, technology. Landon Whittington. First pitch misses outside. 1-0 the count. Oh. 1 out. Nobody on. 1-0 to count. That'll sail high, and 2-0's the count now to Landon.
If any of our new viewers go and look at any videos that we have posted and you see multiple camera angles, we do normally run 3 cameras. That one misses the lower part of the zone. 3-0's the count.
Not a bad spot.
No, it's not. It's hard for us to run 3 cameras at travel ball.
Yeah.
Just the way the schedules are and the setup and all that. So you only got one.
It's a lot easier when we play back-to-back.
It
and
is.
When you get to bracket, it's a little difficult.
That's in there for the ceremonial 3-0 strike 1. So don't judge because you only got 1 camera angle. I apologize. 3 balls, 1 strike. Chase has got his sign. He comes set and delivers. And that misses outside for a ball, and he'll take a base on balls. So that'll put a runner at first, 1 away. And that's going to bring up number 27.
Mr. Lawson. 1 out, 1 on. And we're going to have a pinch runner for the pitcher. Number 99 will come in and run.
So we have time called by the home plate umpire.
Number 27, Elroy Lawson will step in. One on, one out. White looking for every pitcher's best friend. And ground ball double play. He'll step off.
Coach has given his batter and runners their codes. Call for the, as he picks attempts over to first, he's back in plenty of time. So batter steps back in. Runner with his lead at first. Number 99, that is. I don't have his name. I apologize to the Carolina Canes fans. That one misses in the lower part of the zone. 1-0 to count. Chase, go ahead.
White looks in. Colby now comes set. Checks a runner. That one's poked into right field, and that one is going to die in no man's land, just into the outfield grass.
I think they had Mason push back, and I think Lucas thought he was still playing up.
Yeah.
That was just kind of
Well, I think it was one of those that were just in that area where it's going to die. So runners now, first and second, one out, and that'll bring up the catcher, number 57, Parker. Or no, I'm sorry, he's not the catcher. Apologize about that.
And that'll catch the lower part of the zone, outer half. 0-1's the count. So game changer showing Dillon at second, Elroy at first for Canes Carolina. Pitch on. Ropes it to the first baseman, and Logan will stop the ball. He'll take the out at first. Runners advance second and third. 2 away with 2 runners in scoring position.
That ball was squared up and hit on the nose right down there to Logan. So 2 outs, runners second and third. And White looking to get out of it here with very little damage. That'll bring up number 2 for Canes, Carolina. And that one is barreled into left field. That's going to get down in plate 2. And Connor will stroll in to second with a 2-out, 2 RBI double.
So Canes Carolina jump out to a 3 early lead here in the bottom of the first. And that one was just barreled up down the third base side.
Yeah. Number 54, Mr. Goodyear, who's the catcher, will step in. I believe they're calling him, or his first name maybe Knox, maybe. I'll catch the outside corner. 0-1 to count here.
Apologize if I go quiet. I just got handed the game changer tablet as well, so I'm trying to do 3 things at once.
0-1. White looks in, checks a runner at second, comes set, now delivers. That one's put in play, back up the middle, into center. Copeland's coming up. He's firing to the plate. We got to play at the plate. Great throw, and just could not hang on. He'll slide in. Good attempt there by Colby at the plate. And so Mr. Goodyear will take second on the throw into the plate. And Canes Carolina jump out to a 4-0 lead here, bottom 1. And we're going to have a runner for the catcher. That'll be number 17 coming in to run. And coming up to bat will be number 44 for Canes Carolina. Again, 2 outs. Canes East-Neely looking for out number 3. White delivers. Now catch the outside corner. 0-1 to count. A little adversity here in inning number 1. 17 gets his lead from second. White gives him a check. Now comes set to the belt and delivers. That one will pop out. He's trying to take off, and he'll reach on the E2. And that count will now go 1-1 to number 44 for Canes, Carolina. Runner in scoring position at third, 90 feet away. White looks in, checks a runner, now comes set to the belt. 1-1 delivery home. Misses low and away. 2-1 to count.
Got 2 away here in the bottom of the first. And Canes, Carolina jumped down to an early 4-0 lead. They're threatening with another one 90 feet away.
2-1. That one's barreled and foul down the right field line. That'll even the count. 2-2.
So, but 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild here. Bottom of the first. Sean steps back in. White comes set. The 2-2 offer just misses the outer half. That'll bring the count full.
Yeah, good pitch right there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. White looks in, checks the runner, now comes set to the belt and delivers and misses in, and will put him on base on balls. The runner's first and third here, and that'll bring up number 34, Mr. Matthews, for Canes, Carolina.
Chase asks for the signs again. Rotate back through him. Checks the runner at first. Checks the runner at third. Comes set. Steps off. That'll move the runner back to first. No advancement from third.
Gives a look. He'll step. Throw 3. He's back in safely. Checks a runner at first, gives him a look at third, now comes set to the belt, delivers home. That one missed low. 1-0 to count. The 1-0 upcoming from White. Fouled back, and that'll even the count 1-1 to Mr. Matthews.
Coach giving out his call to his offense on the bags and his batter at the plate. Chase has got his sign from Colby. He comes set. The 1-1.
That's a ground ball to third. Albritton just off the tip of his glove. And the 5th run will plate on the E5. Ranging glove side. And that'll put runners at first and second. And that'll bring up number 23, Mr. Fulton for Canes, Carolinas.
And he'll be the number 10 batter. Top of the lineup awaits on deck.
That one's fouled off. 0-1 to count.
Ben will step back in. He tattooed a ball in the Mako's game just before this. I mean, one hop the fence. That one misses low and away for a ball. That'll even things up 1-1.
Yeah, ground rule double.
And you're probably 315, 320?
Yeah, I think so.
White comes set, the 1-1 offer. Sells high for a ball. 2-1's count.
Seems like a number of innings this weekend we've battled adversity and worked through quite a bit of it. We'll see how we do throughout the rest of today's contest. The 2-1 fouled off at the plate. That'll even account 2-2.
Deuces Wild here, bottom of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And Canes and East trying to get out of a jam here. They find themselves in a 5-0 hole already with Canes Carolina threatening. The 2-2.
And got him on the off-speed pitch for out number 3. They'll leave 2 stranded, but they'll plate 5. 5-0 your score. We're heading to the top of the second. Two Dad Sports Network.
All right, welcome back. Throwdown from Goodyear behind the plate to look like Caden on the money. We go to the top of the second. Canes East-Neely find themselves in a 5-0 hole here against the Canes Carolina. And as we said earlier, we welcome all of our Canes Carolina fans in, understanding they're having some game changer issues. Glad to have you along. Logan Burris to start things off for the Canes East. First pitch catches the outer half for a strike. 0-1's the count. And if you are following along on Game Changer, I'm doing Game Changer and Sideline HD stats. So if it gets out of wonk, that's why.
Multitasking. The 0-1. And that one misses. Now evens the count. 1-1 to Burris. And, Coach Chris, Canes East-Neely, no stranger to putting together a big inning themselves either. Just a couple hits and get things going. And, hitting's contagious just past the bat. So 2-1 to count to Burris. We'll see if he can get things started here. Sailed inside. 3-1 to count. Waiting on deck will be number 14, Maddox Stanley. And that'll sail high and put him on for a base on balls. So Canes East-Neely have their first base runner in today's contest. Logan with his lead at first. Pitcher comes set. Delivers home. That'll catch the outside corner. 0-1 to count. Stanley steps back in. Logan with his lead at first. Pitcher checks. Now comes set. Picks over. He's back in safely. That'll catch the corner.
So Landon looks into Goodyear. He's got a 0-2 count. He'll pick over to first, and he's dead to rights.
And so they'll get Logan on the 1-3 pick. And it'll be the first out here in the inning. 0-2 the count to Stanley as he steps back in. The umpire has not yet made his way across the field to the A position while the pitch was being delivered. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That misses low and away. 2-2 down to count. The 2-2 upcoming. That'll miss and get back into the backstop. And that'll run the count full to Stanley. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And the 3-2. That's fouled off at the plate. Stanley staying alive.
All right, Miss Amy came and took the game changer back from me, so I know it's showing delayed. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to keep up with too many things here. Hopefully she'll get that fixed. Okay, full count.
And that'll miss for ball 4 and put Stanley on with 1 out. And we're going to have time and a quick visit. That'll bring up number 27, Noah Sigmund.
I wish I'd have put up the other 2 cameras. Didn't have time to, but it drives me crazy when I don't run 3 cameras. All right, after a meeting at the mound between coach and pitcher and catcher, they have their game plan set up for what they want to do. 1 away, 1 runner on. Canes East, man, we're trailing by 5 here. We're desperately trying to get back in it. Number 27, Noah Sigmund's going to step into the box. That's in there for a strike. And Landon, first pitch, hitting strikes almost every at bat, or every batter.
He gives a look to Stanley at first. Now comes set. Long hold here. Time's called by the batter and granted.
It's a late grant, but
got it. Yeah. Usually you don't see that, happen. So we'll reset. 0-1, he'll pick over. And Stanley's back in time.
All right, if you're following us on Game Changer, I think Miss Amy's got it fixed now. So
the 0-1 sells high. That'll even the count to Sigmund. 1-1.
Landon checks the runner at first. Comes set. The pitch home.
That's poked into no man's land. Stanley's going to scamper to second, and Noah will have Canes East-Neely's first hit today on the single. That'll bring up number 7, Rylan Copeland. And hopefully Canes East-Neely can get something going right here in the top of the second. Runners first and second. First baseman is playing behind the runner at first. First pitch in to Copeland, sails high, 1-0 to count.
Yeah, Canes East currently trailed by a grand slam and a solo shot. Working to chip away at that lead. The 1-0. That'll catch the outside corner, even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. And I'll tell you, time called.
You got to wonder there because the first baseman was the one that came in and called time. Because Noah at first had a very big secondary, with the first baseman playing behind him.
Yeah.
He was getting every bit of what he could there on his lead, but then also on the secondary. So you got to wonder, do they have a back pick called here?
Well, and I'll tell you, this is my first time seeing the Canes Carolina team. Haven't seen them before, but I like the communication thus far, just between the players.
And that's exactly what it was called. It was a play put on. First baseman started back, and when the pitcher came set, he broke the bag. Very, very good, fundamentally sound group so far.
The 1-1.
That'll sell high.
2-1 the count. Rylan Copeland steps back in. He's been swinging a good bat this weekend, as many of the Canes East players have. A little toe tapper right back to the mitt. He's going to go to second. He's off the bag. He's safe. Yeah, that's safe all the way around.
Everybody's safe all the way around. The throw was high from the pitcher to the shortstop. That'll go down as an E1, and that'll be bases loaded with number 3, Ryan Albritton, striding to the plate. I'd love to see a solid base hit that we've seen from Albritton, all weekend right here. Get on the board. First pitch. Hits it to short. Short will go to short route to second.
Double play.
And that'll be a 6-4-3 double play. 5-0 your score. We're hitting bottom 2 on the Two Dad Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to Goldsboro, North Carolina. We go to the bottom of the second. Canes East-Neely trail 5-0 to Canes, Carolina. I'm Coach Chris. Coach Brooks stepped away just for a moment. He'll be back in a minute. We've got some defensive changes for you for the Canes East-Neely team. Noah Sigmund will go to right field. Ryland stays out in center. Pitch in from Chase. Misses outside for a ball. 1-0's the count. Easton Warren in left. And everything else remains the same. Austin is batting for Canes, Carolina. And that one misses outside again. So we have a righty-lefty matchup here. 2 balls, no strikes to Austin, the leadoff batter here. He calls time, steps out of the box. Steps back in, pitch in, sails high and outside, and 3-0 is the count to the leadoff batter for Canes, Carolina here. The 3-0.
That'll miss low and put him on for base on balls. So that'll bring up number 19. Caden Lank for Canes, Carolina.
Caden will step in from the right side, runner at first, nobody out. Chase takes a look over at first. Logan holding him on. He comes set. Pitch home, misses low and away. 1-0's the count.
Uh, 1-0 to count. White checks, now comes set to the belt and delivers home. That one's in the dirt. Wild pitch will allow the runner to advance. 2-0 now the count. So White now toes the rubber, checks Colby, comes set, checks a runner at second. And that one's popped up and out of play. 2-1 to count.
I thought they just had a shift on. because Austin had his lead at second over there for Canes, Carolina. So much black and gold on.
Right.
On the 2-1.
That one's tattooed. Foul.
So that'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A long strike right there.
And that'll bring Caden back to the dish.
2-2 to count. White looks into Jones. Now comes set. Checks a runner at second. Comes home. That one's tattooed in the center. Copeland gives a few steps back. He'll put it away. Strong throw into third. And that'll be 1 out on the fly ball to center. And he put a ride into that one. So 1 out and 1 on. That'll bring up the pitcher for Canes, Carolina, Mr. Whittington.
Landon, I believe is his name.
I think you're right. Yes, sir.
Waiting for game changer.
I
Yep,
know.
Landon.
Yep. So Landon's 0 for 0 on the day. Steps in. White comes set at the belt. Checks a runner at second. Delivers home. That one misses outside. 1-0 to count.
He'll step back in from the right side as Austin has his lead at second. He thought about it, laid off of it, and that misses the lower part of the zone. 2 balls, no strike.
Good off-speed pitch right there. And now worked himself into a 2-ball, no-strike deficit. Has White. White looks into Jones, now comes set. That one's driven right to Lucas,
man.
off his glove into center field.
And that'll put him on the corners.
Yep. Runners at the corners
I'm going to give that a single.
with number 27, Mr. Lawson, striding to the plate. And they'll have 99 running for the pitcher.
This is Elroy at the plate. He steps in.
Runners at the corners. 1 out. Pitch home. Misses low. 1-0 to count.
White toes the rubber, looks in, checks the runners at first and third. He comes set. He's got the call he wants. The 1-0. Misses just high on the outside. 2-0's the count.
White looking a ground ball to get out of here. No harm done in the bottom of the second. Give him 5-0 your score here. 2-0. That one misses. And 3-0 the count here.
3 balls, no strikes. I don't see any work going on in the Canes East-Neely bullpen currently, as we do have a bit of a pitching deficit today. The 3-0. That'll sell outside, and that's going to juice the bases. And with that, we're going to have time, as we're going to probably have a pitching change if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think so.
And we're going to have some defensive changes here. Let's see what we're going to go with. He's going to go out and have a talk first.
I wonder if they're going to bring in either Albritton or Warren.
I got to imagine they're going to send Warren to third. They're sending, looks like, is that Miller? I didn't see the number when he ran out there.
So Miller's going to go into left field, but Warren's making his way all the way into the mound. No signal yet, or who's changing or who he's giving the ball to. He's sending Warren to the dugout. I think he's going in to change gloves and put the shades up. So I do think Warren will be the relief pitcher in for White. So the book not closed on White. Yes, indeed. It is Easton Warren coming in to toe the rubber. So as soon as the book is done with White, we will give you that stat line.
We're going to step aside just a moment and allow you to go get you a.
Well, so no pitching change, it doesn't look like.
Oh, they're going to send him to the
They're going to
bullpen.
send him to get warm.
Okay. That's even better.
So
all right, we'll stay right here. Bases juiced, one away. 5-0 your score. Number, is that 57?
57.
Parker is stepping in from the left side of the dish. And the Canes desperately looking, or at least one, maybe even a gift of a double play here. Pitch on. Sails high and outside for a ball. 1-0's the count.
One to count. White looks into Jones. Comes set and delivers. First pitch is put in play foul. Second pitch put in play foul down to the left field line. 1-1 to count. Long strike right there.
And if those of you watching that don't know, pitcher is Coach Brooks' here's son pitching. As he tattoos that one into left center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Played at least one, possibly two. Ryland comes in, fires in. That gets off the glove of Maddox on the relay. Out of plate, 2 runs. So runners at second and third at plates 2.
And White's day will be done as Coach Neely is coming out to take the ball from him. With the book not closed, as he is responsible for runners at second and third. Easton Warren's going to come in, and he's going to take over the pitching duties. We're going to step aside. We'll be back right after this.
All right, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second steal. Runners at second and third for Canes Carolina. Parker's on second. Elroy's on third. Now batting for Canes Carolina will be number 2, Connor. He'll step in. Looks like from the right side of the dish. And our new pitcher in for Canes East-Neely will be number 17, Easton Warren, as he comes in to toe the rubber. Time as they get a piece of equipment off the field here. Welcome in to all our new viewers. Glad to have you along for the ride. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. Easton's ready for his first pitch. Comes in and fouled off by Connor. And 0-1's the count. Connor will step back in. Easton looks into Colby behind the plate, gets his sign. 1 away, 0-1's the count. 2 runners on. Pitch home. Breaking ball drops in there for a strike. 0-2's the count. Nice off-speed breaking ball there. Easton's got his sign. He comes set. The 0-2. Drills that one in between the 5-6 hole. That's going to plate 1. They're going to wave him around for 2. And that'll plate 2. So a single 2-run RBI makes the score 9-0 here in the bottom of the second with 1 away. Coach Brooks, I heard you mention it earlier. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
Yeah. Yeah, and that, I mean, you don't like being the latter of the two there. But it happens. I mean, the ball doesn't go your way sometimes, and, you know. But 8-0 your score, or 9-0 your score now, and the book is officially closed on white. We'll give you that stat line, however crooked that may be, in just a little bit.
The 1-0 from Easton popped up, foul and out of play. That'll bring the count even 1 ball, 1 strike, as that'll send Connor back to first.
Again, Canes East-Neely looking outnumbered 2 here in inning number 2. He'll pick over.
10.
Good throw right there.
Winner of this game goes to the championship game, slated for 5:20. I can promise you that's not going to happen at 5:20.
Right.
Like most travel ball games, nothing's ever on time, as that one misses 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yes.
Unless you play the 8 o'clock game, and even then, half the time, that doesn't start on time.
Right.
So, not telling y'all nothing you don't know. 2-1's the count. Easton checks the runner at first. He comes set, delivers. That sails high for ball 3. 3-1's the count. No life from Canes East-Neely, not hearing any communication, no talking.
Yeah, it's deathly quiet.
I hear more of the music from the
other
field next
fields.
door, yeah. And that'll miss inside, and he'll draw a walk. So that puts
runners first and second for Canes Carolina, and we're going to have a runner for the catcher. Number 17 will come in and run. And that'll bring up number 44 for Canes Carolina. Easton coming in with 1 out. Looking to get a ground ball right here and get out of the inning. Checks the runner. Spin.
good
Back
pick
to
attempt.
second. Yeah.
And Connor does get back in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice play.
Good play by both Warren and Neely.
Pitch home. Oh, man, that was pretty.
That was a good breaking ball right there. Had him buckling and giving up on it. 0-1 to count. But you know, I mean, Coach Chris, I mean, we've said it before. We've had our backs up against the wall numerous times, and the boys do some way somehow find some life and battle and get back into it. You got to wonder if that's going to be the case today. You know, it's a road to go down right now.
And this is the first time this season that this Canes team, speaking of Canes East-Neely, has run into really a buzzsaw of a team.
Yeah, yeah.
As that breaking ball misses outside 2-1. About half this team has been playing together since 8U,
Yeah.
I believe. And I think the largest comeback I've ever seen in travel baseball, half these boys were a part of. I think they came from 19
down one game
in the bottom of an inning to win. As Warren showing a little frustration on the pitch there. 3-1's the count. They've got somewhere to put him.
That one missed, honestly. I mean, it looked like I thought from my angle it did catch the bottom part of the zone.
And that'll miss outside and put him on. And for those of you watching at home, the camera, of course, is right behind the plate. We're sitting at about the 7 o'clock down the third base line from the plate. They don't have a great angle on it. Y'all probably have a better view at home of the pitches than we do. That'll load the bases and bring up Max, I believe it's Matthews.
Yes.
Number 34. He'll step in.
34. Yep.
Bases juiced. Still looking for out number 2. Pops that up. That's going to drop And that's going to plate a couple more. And they're going to throw it in. He's in safely.
So that'll plate 2. And the score now increases 11-0. Canes, Carolina over Canes, East-Neely. Runners second and third. Number 23 will step in.
Breaking ball stays high, misses the top part of the zone. 1-0's the count. This is Ben Fulton as he steps in from the right side for Canes, Carolina. Easton's got his sign, and batter calls time. And weather alert going off.
I wonder, is that somebody's walk-up song?
I hope not. That would not be a good idea to be doing. Drills that one down the third base line, but tails foul and out of play, thankfully for us.
Yeah.
1-1's the count. And we're out of baseballs. The 1-1.
He helps him out, chases one up and out of the zone. Now run the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Even still at this level, you get a lot of kids, at this level. Those things look like beach balls coming in right there.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking for a
Man,
K,
he'll
and
get
they'll
him
get it.
looking on the outer half for out number 2 in the bottom
much needed
2.
strikeout.
Yeah, and this is number 5 again. This is his 3rd plate appearance. His 2nd in the inning.
Top of the lineup.
Yeah. And
That
that'll
one
catch the corner. 0-1 to count. So 0-1. Warren looks in, now comes home. That one will miss high.
And we've all had these games. Bottom of the second, Canes, Carolina. This is their 3rd time through.
Yeah.
We haven't made it through our lineup yet.
No.
Everybody's been a part of that at some point.
Yes.
And we'll just see how they react. Good
block by Kobe right there. Yeah. If that gets by, that's a run potentially. Yeah. Way to work. So 2-1 to count to Austin for Canes, Carolina. Warren looks into Jones. Batter asks for time.
This is Austin batting for Canes, Carolina. He'll step back in. The 2-1. Sails high. 3-1's the count. Canes East-Neely fans that are watching from home, they were all in a great mood before the game started. I promise you, they were in good spirits.
Yeah.
He fouls that one back and brings the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away.
Yeah, looking at ever elusive 3rd out right here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Got one place to put him. Would rather send him back to the dugout.
Yeah.
Full count. Easton looks in. He gets a sign from Jones, shakes off his first one, likes his second one. He comes set, the payoff pitch. Tattoos it into left field. Maddox, on the
Miller,
on the run. It'll drop in front of him. That'll play 2 more runs.
And so they increase 13-0. Well, I guess you could have said Maddox because Maddox is the shortstop. He was given chase, but Miller is in left.
For those of you watching at home, they're twins.
Yes.
And it doesn't help when on Game Changer they just have M. Stanley for both of them, and they both start with the M.
Right.
That one in there for a strike. 0-1's the count. This is Caden batting. Caden Link batting for Carolina, or Canes, Carolina. God, I keep getting confused. For the Canes team. They're batting for the Canes team.
Yes.
The 0-1. Misses low and away. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
2 outs. 1-1 to count. Runner on first. Canes East-Neely looking that third elusive out. Breaking ball. That'll break in there. Called strike. And good breaking ball right there from Warren. And that'll run the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Warren looks in. Now comes set. Good block from Colby behind the plate. Count now runs 2-2 to Caden with 2 outs and 1 on.
The 2-2 offer. Misses the bottom part of the zone. Another full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Canes East desperately trying to get off the field.
Yeah.
And the payoff pitch from Warren.
He'll swing through it. That's a drop third strike. Colby comes up, fires down to first. He's going to reach safely. And the runner at first will go first to third. I think they caught and handcuffed Colby on the heel of the mitt.
Knocked his mitt off.
Yeah. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. And number 8, the pitcher for Canes Carolina, will step in, Mr. Whittington. Pick over to first. He's back safely. So Landon still awaiting his first pitch and his at-bat. 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch,
nice
breaking ball. 0-1 to count.
That one locked Landon up at the knees there.
Yeah, I did.
Foul ball on the field here. All right, Landon will step back in. Warren looks into Colby, gets his sign, likes what he's got, checks the runner at first, check the runner at third, comes set, the 0-1 offer. Fouled it back. Landon's trying to buy me a new camera.
0-2 to count here. Runners at the corners. And Canes East-Neely looking outnumbered 3 here in the bottom of the second. Pitch home.
Misses top part of the zone. 1-2's the count.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at the corners get their leads. Easton comes set and pitches home. Breaking ball. Good block by Colby. 2-2 to count now.
And Caden takes off to second. He'll reach on the defensive indifference there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Deuces wild, bottom of the second. Canes East trail by 13. Pitch home. Sails low. Full count. And Warren getting extremely frustrated, as is all the Canes East players at the moment.
Yeah. Ball doesn't go your way sometimes, and it gets long and frustrating. It's rolled over to Albritton at third. He'll scoop field. Strong throw across the diamond.
Dropped it.
And that'll go down as an E3. And it's just, as we just heard, it's just one of those days where it just doesn't go your way.
That'll play to another run, 14-0 now your score. 99 comes in for Landon, the pitcher, as he goes to first as a courtesy runner. Runners on the corners, still 2 outs, still just the bottom of the second.
And Canes East-Neely down by 2 touchdowns. Looking to get out number 3 and get in and draw up a big play for the top of the third. That one's driven deep in the left field.
Off the fence.
That's going to plate 1 run. They're going to send a runner from first, and he will plate. And so 16-0 your score here, bottom 2 on the 2 RBI double by number 27.
And we're going to have a meeting here. Yeah, so for all our new viewers, we're hoping for a little bit more of a matchup here today for you.
Yeah.
And Canes East-Neely have just absolutely run into a buzzsaw here.
Yeah.
If you're joining us for the first time, we welcome you into the Two Dad Sports Network. We live stream the Canes East-Neely games here. Also live stream a few of Greenville Christian Academy's sporting events as well. Glad to have you along for the ride. If you would not mind, hit that like, subscribe button. That would help us out tremendously on the back end of things as far as analytics go and being able to bring the games to you. We do not charge at all or make any money off the streams whatsoever. It's all out of pocket. So, but it's for my mental health. Usually, games like this don't really help my mental health.
Yeah.
So.
And you can also follow us on Twitter. Both Canes East-Neely on Twitter and the Two Dad Sports Network on Twitter.
All right, so let's reset for you. 2 outs still. Elroy's at second. Parker steps in from the left side. East and Warren still towing the rubber. 16-0 your score, bottom of 2. The pitch home. Misses low and away for a ball. 1-0's the count. The 1-0. And a little toe tapper back up the middle, just over the outstretched glove. And he'll reach. They'll throw to third.
Back to the third. He's back safely.
What is it Coach Neely says? We must not be living right.
Yeah.
We cannot. Yeah. We cannot catch a break. We cannot catch a break.
So runners at the corners here. Number 2, Connor, steps in. And Warren misses low and away. 1-0 the count.
I think you and I are doing more talking than anybody else, literally on this field.
Yeah, I think so.
The 1-0 offer. That's in there for a strike. That'll even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Connor Coleman. 2 for 2 on the day. In the bottom of the second.
Yeah, very little chatter, very little life. And Canes, Carolina has really jumped out and took advantage of it. 16-0 to score. Breaking ball put into play in the right center field. Noah Sigmund's on his horse. He won't get there. Copeland comes in. He'll scoop it up. And will plate run number 17.
That'll bring up number 54. As soon as Game Changer updates, I can tell you who that is.
Mr. Goodyear. That's all it's
in
the
there catcher.
As. Yeah. So runners at the corners right here.
That'll miss low and away for a ball. 1-0's the count. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch home. Fouls that one off. That'll even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, the wheels have just fallen off.
We lost the wheels a long time ago. We're on axles right here. We're scraping axles.
It's it's a thing. It's quicksand too. When you get in quicksand, and you continue to try to move and pull yourself out, the more you sink. And I mean, Easton's come in and done a great job trying to shut it down. And there we go. Out number 3 in a very, very long inning for Canes East-Neely.
This is going to be, they better score some runs, or this is going to be a run rule game here.
Yep.
You're watching Canes East Baseball on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
right. Welcome back in. Top three right here. We'll give you a few stats right here. However ugly they are. The book on starting pitcher for Canes East-Neely, Chase White's closed. 1 1/3, 5 hits, 9 runs, 4 earned runs, 4 base on balls, 1 strikeout. Easton Warren comes in, gets 2/3 of an out, 6 hits, 8 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 base on balls, 3 strikeouts. And we've got an uphill battle right here. Got to put something on the board as we are facing elimination and ball game here. 17-0 your score. And that'll bring up number 2, Lucas Neely. First pitch into Neely, misses outside. 1-0 the count. As Whittington still towing the rubber for Canes, Carolina. Next pitch put in, fouled off and out of play. 1-1 to count. Couple defensive changes. We've got a new catcher, new battery mate behind the plate. Unfortunately, I can't quite make out his name. 1-1, that one's popped up. That may stay in play for the catcher. He makes his way to the fence, and it lands just on the other side. Lucas will live to swing another day. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lucas steps back in, looking to get things started here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here. Top 3. Whittington looks in, gets the sign he likes. Now comes home. Lucas fouls that one straight back.
Showing some battle.
Yeah, and I mean that's one thing. You know, you want to see him keep fighting and playing. The 1-2 upcoming to Neely. That one sails high and now evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Neely gets back in. Whittington shakes off the first, has a sign he likes. Breaking ball. Oh my, that was that was bad. I'm sorry. I try not to interject that, but that was horrible.
1 away. That'll bring up number 5, Chase White, the starting pitcher for today's contest, and put Mason Brown on deck. And the pitch home. As he fouls that one off, 0-1's the count. And I might have caught the catcher there.
Yeah, I think it did.
Let him, he says he's okay.
I think it caught him right on the inside of the thigh.
You could say that. He says he's okay.
Yeah. 0-1 to count here to White. That one misses. Now evens the count 1-1.
That 1-1. Nice breaking ball.
Yeah, that locked him up right there. And now 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to White.
He'll step back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lays off that one. 2-2.
The 2-2 upcoming to White. That one misses. Makes its way to the backstop. And now worked a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. And Canes East-Neely looking to get something going here. That one's fouled off.
Battling. You want to see fight when you're in that much of a hole.
Yeah, you do. You don't want to just roll over, and play dead. You do want to see some life and some fight. 3-2 upcoming. That one's fouled off.
All right, full count. 1 away. Chase steps back in. Landon's got a signed payoff pitch.
And ball 4 behind him, so that'll be a 1-out base on balls. And that'll bring up number 12, Mason Brown.
Mason will step in from the left side. That'll put the top of the lineup finally on deck for the Canes as we look to flick the lineup here. Shows bunt, puts it down, goes foul.
0-1 to count now to Brown.
That's probably going to bring the third baseman in, I would assume.
Well,
with a 17-0 score, that may not.
Yeah, he's playing even with the bag, so. And big hole on the right side as first baseman is holding Chase.
That one misses. That'll even count 1 ball, 1 strike. I love having Spencers at our games.
I know, right?
The 1-1. Yeah.
2-1. I thought he was about to call that a strike, Chris. I really did. The way he came up, I was about to lose my mind on that one.
Man.
But 2-1 to count.
Chase with his lead at first. The 2-1 offer. Fouls it straight back. That'll even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one's mine. I hope he gets on base because I don't want to have to ride home for an hour with him in a mood. It's just like his mama. Pops it up. That could be trouble. Shortstop's going to range over, and Caden will make the grab for out number 2. Just got under that one.
So Canes East-Neely down to their last out in the contest, as the run rule is 15 after 3. 12 after 4, 8 after 5, I believe. So White with his lead. Stanley steps in, calls time. As Whittington and the catcher weren't quite on the same page there. Now looks in, checks White, picks over. White's back in safely. And Stanley still awaiting his first pitch.
Flip the lineup card at least.
Yes.
Nice pitch.
Breaking ball. 0-1 to count.
The 0-1 offer.
Held up on that one.
Wisely.
1-1 to count.
I would have swung, but that's why I'm sitting here with you on the outside of the fence.
Right.
Turned down all the money to the majors years ago.
I hear you.
The 1-1 from Landon. That sails outside, just does miss. 2 balls, 1 strike if my thing will work here.
2-1 to count. Whittington checks White at first. Now comes set. White will advance on the pass ball, E2. He bluffed stealing. I wonder if that played with the catcher there, but nonetheless, Canes East-Neely runner in scoring position right here. 3-1 to count. That'll miss high and put Stanley on. So base on balls will put runners at first and second and bring up Easton Warren. And at this point, you're just looking for some positive, something positive to end the note on in this contest. It's not over yet. 17-0 to score. That one's inside. Backs Warren off. And 1-0 to count. Again, White at second. Stanley at first. Shortstop's creeping in behind White. That one just barreled up into right field. Right fielder will take a few steps back. He'll put it away, and that will be your ball game. So I told you a Canes team would win today. Just not the good guys.
Well,
no disrespect to Canes Carolinas, as they came out and they were very dominant from first pitch and played a very good ball game.
And let me give you real quick, because I know the Canes Carolina does not have their what is this called? Game changer working. So Landon's family, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts through 56 pitches in 3 innings. 27 were strikes, as they basically just dominated.
Yeah, really took control from pitch 1. So.
Hey, guys, glad to have y'all along for the ride. So glad we could bring you the broadcast. Good luck to you in the championship game. Unfortunately, we're done, so I'm going home. Won't have the broadcast for you. But I'll talk to some of y'all here, see if I can get y'all set up on it.
Well, that depends. How much would you Venmo us to do the championship game for you?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Look, it's been a blast. For Coach Brooks, I'm Coach Chris. Thanks for watching the Two Dad Sports Network. If you'd like to like and subscribe, that would help us out tremendously. Good luck, Carolina Canes. And Canes East-Neely. We'll see you on the flip side. Good afternoon, everybody.